Good morning, everyone. To the airport I go. Gotta pick up the transship order and then lots of work. So stay tuned. So I'm back from the airport. Gonna eat for a second. It's about 11 a.m. and then I'm gonna unload the fish and stuff like that. But I want to start my day with tacos, or at least I kind of am. That's what I've got here. They call them tacos. I know them as taquitos, but they're calling them rolled up chicken tacos. So I thought, you know what? I'll try it and I'll let you guys know how it goes. And I got some spicy ranch sauce, I guess, to go with it. We'll see how it goes. So, yep. Well, rolled up tacos are taquitos, and they taste about equivalent to making them in your own oven. So, alright. Yeah, I'm going to eat them for sure, but I'm not going to like race back to get them from Taco Bell. But let's get to the shipment. See what we got going on in here. Broken box. Uh-oh. Probably fine. Uh-oh. Ordered lots, well, I won't say lots of fish, but definitely way more than one bag of fish. So all this side's going to be plants, and this side, whoa, it's heavy on one side. That's going to be bad. I got to make sure it doesn't fall. And all these are black phantom tetras. I want to say there's 180 of them or something like that. So I'm going to get those into water, and then we'll work on plants. And then it's Ship-a-geddon for Kaylee. She doesn't know it yet, but she doesn't know I ran that sale last night. And so, you know, this is what we were able to pack before the store closed. You know, so it's not live goods and stuff like that. But as of this morning, when I got here, there's 44 more orders to pack. So, yeah. I mean, some of those are fish, so I won't do those till tomorrow. But she's gonna get a lesson in shipping today for sure. So, all right, getting on to the fish. Today in the store, I've got someone else packing, so I've got extra time. So I'm gonna feed green beans to most of the tanks, and I'll show you some of the tanks chomping down, and there'll be some fish you wouldn't expect. So let me get these distributed, and then we'll take a look. So I had some customers come in, so it took a little bit to get to it, but you can see here, guppies, panda guppies are picking at it. Even this betta is going to take a bite, I bet you. But lots of things are kind of omnivores, like you can see this betta up here is interested in it, along with the frittata rainbows and that yellow zebra pleco. Who else? You know, obviously shrimp are going to go after it. We've got corridoras and shrimp going after it in here, and obviously cherry shrimp, love it. But what else is not so common? Like the celestial pearl danios, they're looking to get little bits from this green, high-fin green phantom that's eaten. And, you know, I don't do it all the time. I want to say if I was good at my job, I would do it once a week, but it seems like I only do it every other week or so. Plecos, obviously chowing it down. You've got these gouramis pecking at it for sure. Up here you've got all these tetras doing it. Which, you know, normally you'd be like, aren't they meat eaters? Well, yeah, but they'll, you know, they seem to eat a lot of different things. Loaches absolutely just destroy it typically, so I've got it down with Dojo Loaches and goldfish. Down here, I wouldn't have thought this, but the rice fish are all over it. And, you know, most live bears are going to eat it for sure. We've got dwarf chain loaches in that tank. And, yeah, so in general, green beans, I like to add, you know, at least one green bean to a tank, and you know, if no one eats it, you can pull it out the next day. But it's a good source of roughage and keeping them regular. It also feeds the snails really well. So if you're looking to collect snails, they'll all start ganging up on that green bean there, and you can collect them and feed them to your puffers. You know, we've got reticulated hillstream loaches in here, but even the angelfish are checking them out. Mollies, obviously. Trying to think of what else, but lots more things than you would ever expect. Like there's earth eaters and that betta down there checking it out. So, you know, I just know I'm surprised all the time when I'm like, I would not have thought that I was going to eat it, and yet there it is, taking big old bites out of green beans. So, yeah, still working on packages. Kaylee, I'm going to go help her out right now, see if we can't get some more done. And now what you've all been waiting for. Time for clams. He's waiting. Swallowed that one. These, man, they're still frozen. That's pretty much how I eat tacos right there. He's making a mess today while he eats. You got one more, you're laying on it. Oh, I guess you got a little bit right there too. Back up. If you back up, you got one more. Let's see if we can get him to move. Over here. Oh, you saw it. You watched his eye turn backwards? Oh yeah. Alright, well, that's a full Murphy. It's relatively quiet at my store, which is nice. Kaylee's running the last of you guys' orders to the post office right now. Then we got to start packing more, which I know that seems ridiculous, right? But 2 orders have come in since she's left to go, which it's only like a 30-minute trip. Round trip. What else did I do? In the store today, I'm working on these planet tanks, but I just had to swap out my 20-pound CO2 cylinder. If I was a smarter man, which I'm not, I probably would have filmed how to do that, but I was in like, oh, I just got to get it done mode because I lost some of my dwarf baby tears, and I was like, what is going on? And then I figured it out, and then I didn't hear the sound. If you can hear the sound, let's see if you can hear it. So if you hear that little psst, 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 that's the CO2 injecting into the hang-on backs that we're running, and you can see it right here. This is why I don't use bubble counters, is I can count the CO2 I'm running because I run it in the intake, stuff like that. So yeah, we're gonna, I gotta finish putting plants away. So we're creeping up on like 5 o'clock. I still have plants to put away here, and but I'm running out of room. So if you guys need plants, order plants. I got amazing plants right now. Tanks are stocked. Nubius Nana Golden just came in. We've got Cryptolucens there. Haven't put a tag on it yet. We've got nice big Java ferns. What else did I? Lots of Cophifolia. Water Sprite there, and tons up there with Vallisneria. I'm going to add Dwarf Sagittaria to the website very soon, if not tonight. And let's see, what else? I've got big Cryptluteas. They're ready to go. Cryptparva. Undulata, Spiralis. Not all these are on the website, but you'll get some in the mixes and things like that, the plant boxes. And yeah, so got to keep putting plants away, otherwise I'll never get to leave tonight. And yeah, so let's see what else I find before I leave. So while I got you guys here at the store, figure I'll do another species kind of profile. The Dojo Loach comes in the normal form, which the brown kind of spotted is a normal form, usually cheaper. And then you've got the golden Dojo Loach. They tend to always be smaller when you're buying them, they get like just as long, but not as big around, and you know, they kind of stand out more in a tank. And what makes these guys cool is they get a lot more active when there's a change in like the barometric pressure and things like that. So sometimes they get called the weather loach. They also don't really eat snails, so that could be a good or a bad thing depending on who you're talking to. And they tend to go cool water and do just fine with goldfish. So I've got, you know, all these goldfish in here. You can see that one was chasing that one a little bit, but you know, by and large, they usually don't do any harm. They just kind of playful. And as long as you're feeding enough, which I could probably feed a little more in here. Like that guy's being a butt following, but all the rest of them in there, which there's a lot of Dojo Loaches in here, not being, yeah, he stopped doing it now, of course, but being that he's on video, he had to make me look bad after I say that they can usually be kept. I'm going to bring some of these home, I think, and put them in the studio tank. The reason why it's so cloudy in here at the moment, you guys watched me earlier, I fed all the green beans, and so the green bean, like, as they chewed it up, they, you know, made that mess. But they get about 6-7 inches in my experience, maybe 8, maybe, and about as round as a hot dog on the weather loaches and not quite as round on the golden dojos. Cooler water, like middle pH, and overall I think they're just a really cool fish that are underappreciated. I mean, I can see maybe you don't like the brown color, but the gold ones are super duper awesome, and they're super easy to please. You know, put food in, we'll eat. You know, sure, they'll eat bloodworms and things like that, but they'll eat other stuff. And a lot of times you actually have a few different species that come in. Like, clearly that one looks much different than some of the other ones. So it's not uncommon to get different species of weather loach in the same tank even. But, yeah. So now that I put this bigger group in here, I think they're trying to spawn and stuff like that. But if you have a goldfish tank, they could be a cool addition. You know, goldfish already are good at picking the bottom clean, but if you're just looking for something a little bit different, I would say the minimum size tank, 29 gallon or so. And then also you want a tight fitting lid. They will hop right out. And that's not fun. So we run a tight lid here. But if you have a space like this big around your hang-on back filter, that can be a problem. So make sure it's a tight fitting lid. You know, goldfish you're not worried about jumping, but these guys certainly could. I wish I had some more food, I'd feed them, but, you know, that's all I got. So, Dojo Loaches, I'm going to add some. You guys will probably fall in love with them once I keep them in my tanks, but for now, that's the profile. Keep them cooler. They can go with goldfish. They can go with, you know, other cool fish like rosy barbs, things like that. And keep them, I think they do best in groups. They can live solo, but I think they do best in groups. And, you know, high protein diets. Well, I think that's all I can do for tonight. Not really going to go out and feed because I got to make sure everything doesn't eat for tomorrow for shipping. Right now, if I look at the clock, it's basically been 13 hours. So 13 hours is the time I finally sat down on my couch. Now I've got to edit this video and get ready for you guys tomorrow. And mostly I'm just talking about content and projects and stuff like that. They will come. They're just kind of on hold at the moment. Training the new employee takes a lot out of me. You know, I start at 8 a.m. picking up stuff, and then I get there and train all day. And then back here, meanwhile, I had to make a video during that. And then, like this week also, I'm having the natural gas put in, so I had to answer the phone about permitting and stuff like that. And, you know, so that's, I think, happening on Thursday and other days. And then there's other things I got to do too. So, you know, bear with me. Like that 240 project can't do much. Hoping tomorrow I'm going to work on the wife's tank and film about it. But also I'm thinking about doing the shipping video tomorrow for you guys, that kind of stuff. So I know you guys aren't complaining. I'm just letting you know why it's like, oh man, it seems like he's just burnt out lately. It's not burnout. It's just tired. And once I get the new employees and stuff up to speed, that will free up my time again. Next week, the following week, I'll have an employee shipping fish with me on Tuesdays from home. And so that'll alleviate that. And plus, you know, I've been scrambling to get supplies ready. So it's one of those things like you walk out the door and you go, dang it, I got to grab shipping boxes. Dang it, I got to grab heat packs. And so, you know, it just takes for a long time, many trips, that type of thing. But once all those kinks are worked out, you know, workflow will get back to normal, and that's kind of where I'm at. We're just growing at such an incredible pace that keeping up with it is tying up a lot of my time. And, most people just don't work 13, 14 hours. And yeah, so my content is 20% worse than it normally is. But I promise you, we'll get better. I've been scheduling trips and stuff. So I've got the aquatic experience coming up. That's like in a week or something like that. And then right after that, I'm going to go to the Greater Portland Aquarium Society and film a video on how to make an acrylic tank. And I'm going to try and get into either wholesalers or stuff like that while I'm down there, so that'll make some other good videos. And I've been lining up trips for next year, so don't worry, good content is coming. At the same time, day in the life of a lot of work, and that's what it is. So we'll see you tomorrow. I think my wife, as I was coming home, she was leaving, and I don't know what they were doing, but they said something about garlic pizza, and all I said was dinner. And so yeah. So hopefully I got garlic pizza coming, and no tacos, but tomorrow's, well, when you're watching this, it's Taco Tuesday for you. So do me a favor and do your part and eat some tacos. I will be eating tacos, not while you're watching this, but the day you're watching this for sure. So thanks for hanging out, guys, and as always, Taco Union.